kids are constantly getting bumps and scrapes and bruises and injuries, so parents want to know how to care for the common injuries. Bethany Winston is here from Kidding Around Greenville, and as a parent, there's a lot of times you wish you were a doctor, right? Tell us why you got into this article.
Yeah, so we had Prisma write an article for us of the 10 most common injuries because, sometimes you're just like, okay, should I go to the doctor or is this something I can treat at home?
It's true, and something happens and you're not immediately aware of how to react or if you're qualified for this. So let's start with, we're hitting a couple in the article. You've got a lot more than this, but you cover mosquito bites or bites of any kind. So mosquito, tick, spider, really any animal. What do parents keep in mind at the most basic level there?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the most basic level is prevention, obviously. So making sure you're wearing your mosquito spray, like, something with DEET in it. And then long sleeves can help out a lot. And, one interesting thing I learned from the article we had was that if you remove a tick between 24 to 36 hours, there's less risk of illness. So I guess just like remembering to check your kids over if you've been out in the woods.
Check your kids over. Those are great. And then whether a kid manages to fall out of a tree or maybe fall on their skates, bone fractures are always a possibility. Are there any immediate ways to know? Because sometimes a kid just, it hurts.
Yeah, so definitely looking to see if there's like skin changes or something like, something that looks off like that, or if they're just like not moving a lot. And, one thing like I just remember, interacting with the doctor is just, if you have a question, you're not sure with a head injury or something, just go get them checked out.
Yeah,
like it doesn't hurt to have a doctor look at it.
We all have our parent medical kit at home, but it only takes us so far. Kids, of course, also loving to bike and skate and run right at each other. There's always a concern of head trauma or concussion. That's another thing you ask the doctor about for common injuries.
Yes, and I mean, the big thing there is obviously wearing your helmet. Like I know in my house, like we have a rule that if you're on wheels, you have a helmet on. And that just makes it easy. So if they have wheels on, they have to have a helmet.
Okay, so all prevention first. And parents should be able to provide some basic first aid, but really just seek care is the idea there. And then between playing outside and helping with yard work, that kids might get some itchy rashes. And there's a lot that we can get into when we're out there. What do you do there?
Yeah, so definitely make sure you have your hydrocortisone cream in your cabinet because that's a great thing to put on if you get an itchy rash. And then if your kid does have like poison ivy or something like that, wash them off right away because those oils from the poison ivy can get on other things and then continue the rash. So the sooner you wash them, the better. Yep,
and the days outside running around, it's just good to rinse off. You never know what they got into in the course of that playing. Several more kid injury response plans dealing in your full article, Kidding Around Greenville. What are the main tips you hope people take away when they read your article?
Yeah, just to be preventative, have your first aid kits ready, and especially with things like drownings or head, injuries and things like that, be extra careful.
Yeah, and moms have a lot of resources here. You brought a first aid kit. What's in yours at home? Do you kind of think medically like this when you travel or when you go do something that puts you out in the elements?
I mean, I do always try to bring like a first aid kit. Like I try to have some Band-Aids and some Tylenol and just basic supplies, a thermometer. So like if we are in a hotel room somewhere and something happens, we can at least have basic first aid.
Yeah, it's important. Anything else that you want people to keep in mind or just what you want people to gather when they read Kidding Around Greenville in general? You're always a resource for so many different subjects.
Yes, so, just come on Kidding Around Greenville. We have tons of things to do this summer, so we'll keep you busy all summer long with tons of great activities.
All right, and safe and busy along the way. We'll get our tips that way. People can always find your advice and, of course, the complete article on these medical tips written by Prisma, you said, with their help. So good insight there from Kidding Around Greenville. A link on our website and on screen now. Lots of ways to find Kidding Around Greenville, a valuable resource. We'll see you again soon. Thank you, Bethany.